welcome to part one of 100 canned lines. So I've been in the industry of being a dating coach, approaching women for a long time, and coaching I don't know how many different guys over the course of the past 6 or 7 years. I've worked with 5 different companies, and over that time, I've accrued a pretty massive canned line list that I cycle through. Sometimes I'll give them to my clients. I actually tried to download it onto my laptop, and it almost crashed it for half a second. So it's a pretty extensive list. And I thought that it'd make a great video just to maybe give you guys some of those lines that you can use yourself. Now, first things first though, before I do get into this canned line list, there are a couple things you do have to know about canned lines. A lot of guys, they want to use these and they want to make these things like, this is how I'm going to get a girl. No, first and foremost, you have to actually have the energy of a guy that's good with girls. You have to be able to have that stillness, that masculine energy, the self-belief, that looseness, that natural way about the world where this is your playground, where you are winning at life, where you are able to have eye contact with a gorgeous girl and treat her like a person as opposed to maybe trying to say the right thing necessarily. Like, even though these are lines work, it's also the way that you say them as well. If you don't say them the right way, they're obviously not going to work. And as a caveat, you don't even want to say the line itself. Like, you guys don't want to memorize these lines. You want to say the idea of the line. That's actually how these lines are going to be working the best for you, because first and foremost, when you say the idea of the line, it makes it a lot easier to act it out and also feel the emotion. So if you say something that makes you laugh and then you say the same thing every single time, it's a lot harder for you to say with authenticity and also to say it in a way that makes yourself self-amused, which is the point of a self-amusement line. It also, for every habit, there's a cue. For every habit, there's a cue. So if you're saying the same lines every single time, the same way, let's say you do this for like 2 years and you say this line the same way for 2 years, guess what? It's going to ultimately, let's say you become a lot cooler in 2 years and you start talking in a way that's a lot more attractive. Then you say the line. This is actually going to hold you back and hinder you, because you're going to say the line the same way you did back when you're shyer. But if you say the idea of the line will actually evolve with you, and the cue will actually be broken up as you evolve. So then you don't get stuck in a habit of talking a certain way, of speaking a certain way. Instead, you now can level up with the line. The line can level up with you. So that's what I want you guys to know about canned line before we get into this. So let's get it started.
Yo, bitch, I got some buzzers clawing at my fucking stomach. I'm from the shadows, let the gallows make this.
The bootcamp in March, the one between the 25th and 27th, spot did open up. So anybody that did want to jump on a bootcamp with me, know that spot is open. It's in Miami during spring break. So if you guys want to join, go for it. But the very first line is actually one that I use for mainly messaging and dating apps, which again brings me back to the fact that me and AG Hayden are opening up a dating app product. It's going to be opening up probably sometime late March or maybe early April. So look forward to that when it does drop. It's absolutely fucking incredible. But here it is. So a lot of guys, when you guys are messaging girls and you ask her on a date, you guys immediately jump to it. Or you guys are like, you guys go directly for it. This is how I break this up. So I actually do a pattern interrupt. So you guys will ask a girl out, and then you guys will, how do I put it? Immediately try to get her on a date. So this is how I break this up. First, I will ask her when she is free. Now, when she gives me her answer, I immediately change subjects. Now, the reason for this being is twofold. So the first point is that if she did want to go on a date with me, now she has to ask me out on the date, which action is ego and ego is action. So if she asks me out on the date, she goes, wait, what about the date? And then we end up hanging out. Now she's more likely to actually show up on the date. Number two, it also makes me look a lot less needier, and I could always come back around to it even after that and be like, well, here, let's go to this place at this time. It makes me look like I'm more on my heels about the date and less thirsty, which means it'll be a lot cooler on the date, a lot funner. I'm so shy. So yeah, I'm really shy. So this is something you can say really early on in a conversation. So when you're talking to a girl, you can bring up the fact that you're shy in a jokey way. And what does a girl usually say? No, you're not. And be like, whatever you say. Now, because you say it a certain way, the girl now is like, oh, he's an extroverted guy, which extroversion, to be fair, as a guy, is value. If you're extroverted, who got all the girls in school? The popular kids. True or not true? So being extroverted is actually valuable to a girl. So whenever the girl self-assesses that you're not shy and you're extroverted and she brings it up, I call it logical bridging. Now she logically has decided that you're an extroverted guy, which is a way of bringing out attraction. It's a really easy thing to do. It also gets a jokey vibe going early on and kind of this nonsensical energy, which then also can help you build emotional attraction. So there's a lot of reasons why it works, but it's a really good thing to put into a conversation early on. Now, the next one is actually big set lines. So a lot of clients, when they go into these big sets, they don't know what to say to their friends or pull them into the conversation. So these are the two lines I always give them just to help them out. So the first one is to turn to the friends and try to get them to sell their friends. Now, before I hang out with your friend, she's not going to cut out my kidneys, leave me dead behind a dumpster, correct? Now, this establishes a fun vibe. And also, too, it makes her friends sell her to you. If they sell her to you, again, action feeds ego. Now they must like you. It makes it a lot easier for you down the road. Now, the other thing you could do is give her friends a genuine compliment and then turn to the girl and be like, look, originally I did talk to you because you're so totally my fucking type, but your friend's really cool. So I decided I'm going to steal her instead. And now that's, no. This shoulder right here is a great shoulder to cry on. Your shoulder, I could never see myself crying on that shoulder. She's going to choose me. No, I'm a great friend. Fuck you. So it's also adds like a fun vibe to the conversation again, something that you can do that's really effortless. Now, another one that I've used now for probably a very long time is, don't take advantage of me. I'm not a piece of meat. I have emotions. I have a complex, vast internal ecosystem that you can hardly understand. So this is kind of like, again, it's putting off the vibe that she's chasing me, and as opposed to I'm chasing her, which is usually the other way around. All guys are always chasing the girl. So I'm giving off the vibe like it's also very like it's nonsensical. It's not serious. It's meant to be a joke. So it also adds more of a playful vibe to the conversation. So it's a really fun thing to do early on, especially when the girl like first like gives any indication she's flirting with you. It's a good one. The next one, be a gentleman, buy me a drink. Now this one actually, to be fair, saying it to a girl is hilarious, and also too will get you free drinks. So if you're a guy who's ever wondered what it's like to get a free drink, here you go. So what you do is you say, be a gentleman, be a gentleman, buy me a drink. And the girl goes, wait, what? You're supposed to buy me a drink. I'm like, what, you sexist? You're not about feminism, are you? You hate feminism. How dare you hate feminism? I'm about to cancel you. And the girl's like, so if the girl's very feminist, immediately after this line, the girl will always buy you a drink, to be fair. Like I've done this line now probably about 5 times, and 5 for 5 thus far. So if you guys want a girl to buy you a drink and you also want her to take an action feeds ego situation again, this is perfect. This is great. And then from there, enjoy yourself having a night out with never paying for a drink. Now the next one is actually my favorite opening line. Hey, what's your name? Again, this is simplistic. It's about the pause though, and about the way you say it. Hey, eye contact, smile, pause, all that stuff. It's huge. Also with the cocky energy. If you do all those things, this can line does work, and it's great. It's actually the best opener. I think the most consistent opener I think I've ever had. But that's bread and butter. Just ask that. If you're wondering like how do you approach a girl, just do that. Next one is false time constraints. Now this one is something that's been used for so long, but it's because I think it's been used for so long, everybody underrates this. But always throw out there, if you don't know what false time constraint is, it's basically, look, you're really cute, but I do have to go here in a quick second, but you're very much my type. What's your name? Now, what I did there was I threw in there that I have to go really fast. I'm in a rush. So now she's not in her head like to ask herself, when's he going to leave? Or if she has something to do, she's not going to try to rush you off. She's actually going to be present for the conversation and be there for it because she knows you have to go in a second. And also gives a sense that you're scarce. So great all the way around, amazing canned line, honestly. So you guys have to put that in all of your conversations, mainly in the day or in a chilled out environment. This is the best place to do it. You don't necessarily even have to be fair, in a club, it also works too, but in the day, it's especially potent. Now, the next one is playing characters. So you can, I've had times to approach girls pretending like I was their fiance, or walking up, pretend like I was Irish, or pretending like I was Australian. There's so many different things you can do just to make it kind of fun for yourself. Like play a character, play anything. You honestly, because you're never going to like, the game is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be playful. You can play a myriad of different characters. Why not do that? It adds like an instantaneous fun vibe to the conversation. It makes it nonsensical. It's hilarious. So for example, the next canned line, When a girl asks you where you're from, you'd be like, Australia, and you say it in a non-Australian accent. And when she goes, no, you're not, and be like, don't be a bogey. And then like immediately it's just kind of funny because it's obviously you're not Australian, but it comes across in a very playful way. Now the next one is when a girl starts getting testy or jokey, be like, whoa, don't fight with me. I'm not worth it. And now it's like it's all again, it's kind of like cocky, funny. It's a little bit playful. Love that line. The next one is also slightly offensive, but it's actually true too. Don't yell at me. I'm a child of divorce. I'm sensitive, girl. No, stop. It is, again, something that's just kind of funny. Now, the next one is actually a play on like the typical canned lines that every guy wants to do. Hey, are you from Tennessee? Because the polar bear, when it breaks the ice, hey, what's up? This is it's meant to be playful. So it's a joke, and then at the end of it, you want to smile and be confident with it. Because if you're not confident with it, it's gonna look like you're actually messing up. You want to do it confidently the entire way through. If you don't do it confidently, it doesn't work. All right, now here's the next one. This one's great. Kids these days. So anytime a girl says anything, you want to be like, kids these days, especially if she's younger than you, and you want to assume that she's the kid. It puts you in the masculine feminine role. Great hand line. Another one is preceding. So you want to set up a way of hanging out with her afterwards without early on. So if it's going to a party, if it's this, it's that, if it's even like going to her room. So like if she has a hotel room, you want to be throwing out there your phone's low on battery. Then you might use the bathroom in a second. That what hotel is she going to? Oh, that I actually was thinking about having my parents stay there. Is the view really nice? So then when you have to go to her place, oh wait, actually, can I come to your room really fast? I need to charge my phone, use the bathroom, and also check out the view from my family. So then, that makes it a lot easier to, again, get in her room and have things happen without her feeling like a slut about it. Now, logistical questions. So finding out who's she here with, where's she from, how does she have work tomorrow? What's another one? You want to know where's she from, who's she here with, why is she out, where are her friends, and you want to know if she has work in the morning. Those are the ones. That's huge. This one's convoluted, and I actually haven't used this one in so long, so I'm just gonna read it straight from the prompt. You're trash, like dog trash, but you're so dirty I can't throw you away, because if I did, I would have to throw away the trash can, and then they would have to throw away the dump truck, but they aren't trying to pollute international water, so they would have to launch the garbage can and the dumpster into space, and to be honest, no one has time for that. So I used that one like 2 years ago, like a few times, and it was fucking hilarious, but yeah, I haven't used that one in a long time. So this one's actually in excuse to a girl rejecting you, and be like, just ask her, wait, are you blind? It's a really good way to like just come across really cocky. So you say, are you blind? And she's like, or if she says, you're just not my type, you can say something along the lines of, what, you don't like the cool, handsome, cocky ones? And then it's like, what, you don't like handsome guys? You like them ugly? Quasimodo? So it's basically just like a flip. Like if you don't want them handsome and cool, I get it. You want them boring and ugly, go for those guys, if that's your type. So you see the flip? I'm saying the idea of the line, not the line itself. And that's why it's working. Now this one is when a girl gets a little bit like cocky with you, you say, check yourself before you wreck yourself. The whole point of it is it's a jokey line. It's not meant to be serious. If you try to say it seriously, you're gonna look like an idiot. But it's jokey. All right, now this one is like, if a girl asks you what you do for a living, you tell her you put stickers on apples at a grocery store. And then you just like play it out. Basically, the best way to do it is like, wait, what? You'd be like, yeah, I love apples. It's my life's calling. Went to college for 4 years to do this shit. So you see, I'm riffing. You like, the best way to do any of these lines, honestly, is riff and say the idea of the line. The second that, to be fair, as I'm reading these lines, I do a lot better than when I start saying the idea of the line. It's makes it a lot better. Now, the next one is honestly just, it's brevity. So brevity sometimes is a soul of wit. If a girl ever shit tests you, just be like, cool. Or you say, sure. Be like, uh-huh. And just change subjects. Anytime a girl shit tests you, it's the best way to pass a shit test, honestly. Next one, how to deal with girls in a situation where it's socially weird to do so. Letting you recognize it's weird. Oh, so this one's more for you guys where like if you approach somebody in an environment where you don't feel comfortable approaching her, like she's in the line at Starbucks and for you that's a big deal because there's a bunch of people there, you can say, look, not gonna lie, I almost didn't say hi to you because it's kind of a weird situation to say hi to somebody, but you're attractive. What's your name? And they throw a time constraint out there too, just to make it a little easier on her and to relieve her of pressure. It also shows you're socially aware and also relieves yourself of pressure. So then you can feel like, well, I was socially aware, I was cool about it. It didn't work out or it did work out, blah, blah, blah. So as a beginner or somebody that's going into a situation where you're not comfortable approaching in, there you go. There's your answer. For your first approaches where you're getting comfortable approaching girls in a certain situation, do that. The next one is dealing with guys that are trying to take a girl from you, where you're in an environment where you're both competing over a girl. You want to calmly and confidently start trying to push her onto the guy. You want to say, look at his height, look at his jawline. Look at this guy. How much money you make? You make good money? He makes good money. Don't go with me. I'm a broke bitch. No, dude, go with this guy. Do you see like how like it's the idea of the line? I'm pushing her onto the guy. So that's what you want to do. Push her onto the guy. All right, this one. Hey, it's good to see you again. How's it going? How's the kids? And then after a quick second of doing this, you want to be like, no, dude, I'm fucking with you. You're just cute. What's your name? And it just kind of like gets a fun vibe going early on. So it's a good opener. Now, this one's kind of more self-amusement. If you see a girl making out with a guy, walk up to a girl and be like, see that girl right there? Yeah, that's my daughter. Yeah, she's such a slut. This is just a line for self-amusement. If you're doing it as like a line, it's not gonna work. But if you're just fucking around and doing it like as a joke, it makes it even better. Like blow it up. Like make it even more ridiculous. The more ridiculous, the better the line will do. So anytime a girl shit tests you, just say fuck you and give her a cocky smile. That is honestly a really good line to do anytime you get a shit test. Just be like, fuck you. It works really well. Try it out. All right. This next one, sorry, you're not my type. I'm usually into the obese girls that look like somebody took their face and slammed against a wall. Quasimodo looking bitches. I'm talking about ugly girls. I like ugly girls. And you're fine. It's totally not my type. I don't like attractive girls. Disgusting. Ew. So the idea is like, obviously you're hitting on her and you're into her, but it's jokey. Now this next one. So anytime like I say something that's really clever and witty, which is often because it's my one good thing I do in this industry is I'm very witty when I'm out and about, is I'll take something randomly and I'll just go like this and I'll just be like mic drop. I'll just drop something randomly. I'll take a straw or something obnoxious and I'll just drop it, be like mic drop. And for me, it makes me laugh, so it works out really well for me. Or you can even like take two things and be like double mic drop immediately after, which makes it even funner. Which is not a word again, but I'm gonna say it because I don't know why the fuck it isn't a word. That doesn't. It's a good word. Why not? Dictionary, Urban Merriam Dictionary. Figure this shit out. You know what I like about you? Your face, and the fact your mama a hoe. Take it that as you will. So anytime a girl says anything to you, just say this. So what you're saying is I should invest in crypto. And the more off topic it is, the better it is. Like the girl could be talking about anything. And if you're like zoning out or you're not even paying attention to her, just say that. And it's a really good state break. This one's a little bit more offensive to some, but honestly, fuck you if you think this is offensive. Randomly try and sell the girl when you're hanging out with her. So, and if you want to get extra offensive with it, whatever race, like if she's Mexican, try to sell her in pesos. Again, I don't care. Like if somebody finds this offensive, I don't know. Learn how to not take things out of context. Try to get her to approach other guys. So that one's pretty fun. So try to get her to approach other people to do random tasks. So one time I told this girl to go approach this guy to go sell Aflac insurance because she was an insurance salesman and she sold Aflac. So I was trying to get her to sell Aflac insurance and I was competing with her to see who could sell the insurance first. So I was approaching people, she was approaching people, and it was just a fun thing we were doing between our friends. So anytime a girl says anything, you can be like, ugh. and you spin around and walk away. Anytime she tells you about anything about herself, be like, ugh, ugh. Turn around, walk, and then spin back around and be like, I'm fucking with you. No, shut the fuck up, I'm teasing. And so it's like a quick rejection, and then you can now, because you walked away and came back, now you can honestly, it makes her want to chase you even harder because it was a takeaway. Takeaways work really well, unfortunately. Bet her something stupid to do something stupid. So if she doesn't want to do something, bet her $1. Just something like some stupid small price, or like 25 cents, to be like, I'll give you a quarter. Minted 1935. Yeah, you can sell that for like 50 cents. Yeah, I'm bougie. Do it, I dare you. Double dog dare you. Triple dog dare you. You won't. You won't. Yeah, because you're scared. Because you're chicken shit. So you see, I'm riffing. These lines, remember, you want to say the ideas of the lines? They'll go a lot better when you say the idea of the line. So randomly just point out a guy's butt and be like, do you like his butt? What about his butt? Whose butt's better? 7 out of 10? 8 out of 10? 9 out of 10? Ooh, you a slut. And like now it's like, do you see, I'm making it into a joke and I'm teasing. Peasants. Look at them, peasants. They should be bowing. Why are they bowing and scraping? What the fuck? They should be throwing me their yearly allowance. Do they not know who I am? Why are they not carrying me to the bathroom? Why are they not carrying me around? So this is just kind of fun to do. Like just pretending like people are like panhandlers, like trying to like, you know, shave off your glory. So that one's a fun one. Asking a girl, am I pretty? Scale 1 to 10. 10. No, better. 12. I'm a 12 out of 10. I'm the baddest motherfucker you ever met. Don't lie to me. I'm pretty. I'm like Celine Dion in her 20s. Not now. Not Celine Dion now. No. She looks like Gollum from Lord of the Rings. I am saving myself for marriage, Team Virgin, and then try to oversell it. So let me see if I can do this right now. Yeah, saving myself for marriage. I'm about Jesus. Yeah, I love Jesus. I'd fuck Jesus. Oh yeah. If Jesus was here, I would not be a virgin. No, I'm not gay. Jesus wouldn't like that. Jesus wouldn't even like you even insinuating that, to be fair. Do you like God? You about God? No? Why not? What's wrong with you? He died for your sins, you know. Like, just make it really obnoxious. Talking about yourself in the third person, but in a narcissistic way. Denton knows this. Denton is perfect. Denton knows all. So that was a really narcissistic one. All right, so to be fair, there's so many of these, and if this is something you guys really want, I can continue this. I was going to do 100 canned lines, but if I do that, it's going to be an hour-long video. But if you guys want me to continue this, I can do 100 lines, and maybe if you guys still want me to do this and it's going really well, I'll do another 100. I have so many in this list, and they're some of them are pretty good, some of them are obnoxious, some of them are crazy, some of them are knife-like and lethal. So yeah, and as a side project about this too, in the product that me and Avery are going to be putting out pretty soon, we are also going to be putting out canned messages, a lot of them. So look forward to that when it does come out. It should be coming out late March, early April, if we keep up to current dates. Me and Avery are working around the clock trying to get this thing out. So look forward to that. Now, in terms of canned lines, just remember this, guys. It's not about the line itself. It's about the idea of the line. Say it like that. And it's a lot about your energy. If you're not saying with the right energy, these lines will not work for you. So make sure you're going out consistently. Make sure you're not putting all the weight on the lines themselves. Make sure you're saying them the right way. Make them say them like Matthew McConaughey would. Say them like I would. Say them like A.G. Hayden would. If you're saying it in a way where you're flinching or you have the wrong energy, this is not the stuff that will work. Now, if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. And with that being said,
yo, bitch, I got some buzzers clawing at my fucking stomach. I'm from the shadows, let the gallows make the